never made it, but I know what it takes. I'm motivated by a mix of emotion. Got my statement, and I'm reading it slow so I can understand it fully. Appreciate my standing, go out of this world and right on time. Oh, never in my life have I seen the sky light up like this. I'm far away from Earth and I wanna know if you exist. Mission control, do you read me? Send me my coordinates lately. Mission control, am I drifting? Tie me to someone who will love me, yeah. Wait, I think I'll last a bit longer. Find another.
Welcome everyone. Welcome everyone. Welcome everyone to another Ref Brandon and the Todd Family YouTube video. Wherever you are, whatever you may be doing, thank you so much for making Ref Brandon and the Todd Family part of your day. We always greatly appreciate it. It is a Thursday, and today I want to talk some AEW, but before I get into that, let's go ahead and get the sad news out of the way. I'm sure by now everybody has heard, but yesterday a wrestling legend, a wrestling icon, passed away at the age of 79. He was born June 30th of 1944, which ironically enough, June 30th is also when Cody Rhodes was born. But he was born June 30th of 1944 and passed away yesterday, August the 23rd, so he was 79 years old. And I am talking about, of course, the Hall of Famer, the legend, Terry Funk. Now, Terry Funk back in 2021 was in the hospital for a while and was on his last leg and almost died, but made it through that, pulled through. But he had dementia and Parkinson's in the last few years, but right now they are saying that the cause of death was dissociative identity disorder. But of course, since he just passed away yesterday, there will be an autopsy, and maybe in a couple of weeks we'll find out exactly what the exact cause of death was. But for now, they're saying it was dissociative identity disorder. Now, Terry Funk, at least in the modern era, was probably the man that put hardcore wrestling on the map. Now, hardcore wrestling actually started back in the 50s with the original Sheik, not the Iron Sheik, the original Sheik, and Abdullah the Butcher. But that was a long time ago. At least in the modern era, I believe Terry Funk and Mick Foley, along with the Sandman and Tommy Dreamer and Sabu, are the people that put hardcore wrestling on the map. I think altogether Terry Funk was a 12-time world champion. Of course, he wrestled in just about every promotion all around the world. At one time during the Attitude Era in the WWF, I think it was still F back then, when he was feuding with the New Age Outlaws, he tried to cover his face up with what looked like pantyhose and called himself Chainsaw Charlie. But for the most part, he was always just Terry Funk, because his whole family wrestled and everybody knew his last name was Funk, so there wasn't much reason to use a fake name. But Terry Funk leaves us at 79 years old yesterday because of dissociative identity disorder. Now, on to AEW, because All In is coming up this Sunday from Wembley Stadium in London, England. And it will be AEW's debut in the United Kingdom, and it's their first pay-per-view held outside North America. Now, there for a while, AEW's TV ratings just were not good, and their ticket sales just were not good. But here in the past few months, I don't know about the TV ratings, but their ticket sales at their shows have gone up. It's hard to tell about TV ratings anymore because Raw and SmackDown, yeah, their ratings are better than AEW, but their ratings have pretty much been in the same consistent spot for 6 months. But it's hard to tell about TV ratings because the TV ratings only goes by the people that watch it either live when it comes on or the next day. But some people, due to streaming services and all that, don't watch Raw or Dynamite or SmackDown till the following week or 3-4 days later. So that doesn't affect the TV ratings. So it's really hard to tell how good or bad your TV ratings really are. But AEW's ticket sales are up. Their pay-per-view buys are up. Tony Khan has always struck me as the type that wants to book wrestling based on what he would like to see as a fan and not based on what's best for business. But it's finally slowly catching on because their ratings are slowly getting better in the pay-per-view area, which is a shock because their pay-per-views are extremely expensive, but they're doing good for now. And All In broke WrestleMania's ticket sales record, so it's doing really good right now. But right now we have 9 matches signed for All In. We have the Aussie Open versus MJF and Adam Cole for the Ring of Honor Tag Team Championships. FTR versus the Young Bucks for the AEW Tag Team Championships. Hikaru Shida, Tony Storm, Saraya, and Dr. Britt Baker will have a fatal 4-way for the AEW Women's Championship. Darby Allin and Sting in a tag team match against the Mogul Embassy in the Darby Allin Special Coffin match. Now, speaking of Darby Allin and Sting, they have a feud going right now with A.R. Fox, and he runs his own promotion just outside of the Atlanta area called WWA4, and Darby Allin and Sting actually made an appearance at WWA4 last Thursday night because WWA4 runs every single Thursday night. I'm saying that because that should give you a hint and a reason to want to go to a local independent wrestling show, because you never know who's going to show up. Last Thursday night, a week ago tonight, Darby Allin and Sting show up at WWA4 in Atlanta to continue their feud with A.R. Fox. Then we have the Golden Elite versus Konosuke Takeshita and the Bullet Club Gold. And then we have a huge Stadium Stampede match. Eddie Kingston, Orange Cassidy, Chuck Taylor, Trent Beretta, Penta El Zero Mojeda, and to be announced versus the Blackpool Combat Club in a Stadium Stampede. That match should be fun. And then we have one of the best wrestlers alive today, probably the most underrated wrestler, along with the Rain Man, Will Ospreay. He's underrated because since he doesn't wrestle here in America, most people, unless you're just a huge wrestling fan like myself, don't know who he is. But Will Ospreay is an amazing wrestler. He's taking on Chris Jericho on Sunday. And then we have CM Punk versus Samoa Joe in a match they're billing for the real World Championship. And boy, am I pulling for Samoa Joe. I think everybody knows that even though I defended CM Punk in this whole AEW thing because he didn't start it, I despise CM Punk with every fiber of my being. So I am pulling for Samoa Joe in that match. And then we have, for the AEW World Championship, MJF versus Adam Cole. And again, AEW All In is coming up Sunday night from Wembley Stadium in London, England. It's AEW's debut in the United Kingdom, and it's their first pay-per-view held outside North America. And as of this past Monday, they had sold 32,000 tickets. So it will be a loud, obnoxious, jam-packed Wembley Stadium on Sunday night. Any thoughts on this? Please feel free to let me know. And while we're talking about wrestling, don't forget, Saturday night, I want to see you in Buckhead, Georgia for Georgia Championship Wrestling. Homes for Our Troops is a publicly funded 501c nonprofit organization that builds and donates specially adapted custom homes nationwide for severely injured post 9/11 veterans. Since the 2004 inception, nearly 90 cents of every dollar spent has gone directly to our program services for veterans. Visit at hfotusa.org. And one more time, thoughts and prayers go out to the family of Terry Funk, who had dementia and Parkinson's, but it appears passed away because of dissociative identity disorder, and he was 79 years old. Let's go ahead and get our dad joke of the day in here. What does garlic do before it showers? It takes its clothes off. And that does it for today's Ref Brandon and the Todd Family YouTube video. Until next time, it's Ref Brandon saying, just like in pro wrestling, life can be over by the count of 3. Tell your friends and family how much you love them. Bye.